In a few hours, millions of people are going to be praying for the situation in Ukraine, all the people who are suffering there. I am actually in the town of Auschwitz, where something truly diabolical happened many decades ago. And maybe you can see the tiny snowflakes that are falling around us, and it reminds me of what things may have been like when it was not snow but ashes. It's a reminder of what can happen if we are not fully dedicated to peace. This prayer vigil is a way of activating that energy. Wherever we are in the world, to be part of a massive gathering where people are sending their light, their love, their energy to this crisis, knowing that it's much more than the crisis in Ukraine. This is a situation for all of humanity to claim peace on the highest level. For us to be able to do that here in Auschwitz while millions of people are focused on Ukraine, even while snowflakes fall, is a reminder of our responsibility and the love that we can share with one another. That is the greatest impact imaginable.
Greetings and a warm welcome to all of you as we commence One Love Synchronized Meditation live from Oświęcim, Auschwitz, Poland. I'm Fumi John Stewart, Executive Director of May Peace Prevail on Earth International, and we are so honored to sponsor this program today. Thank you for bringing your heart, your presence, your compassion to this auspicious program as we shape history together. Let us take this time together here to ignite the spark of love and compassion and to activate the spirit of the message, may peace prevail on earth, within the hearts of all humanity and in the kingdom of plants, animals, and all creation. Just a week ago today, we sponsored a program called A Call to Peace in Ukraine, along with Brother James Francis Twyman. And immediately after that program, he called me and said, I want to go to Poland to meet with the refugees and organize a synchronized meditation. So 2 days later, he was on the plane to Poland. And then Nina Meyerhof of Children of the Earth, One Humanity Institute, heard of this peace mission, and she said, I want to go to Poland too, to launch Teddy Bears for the Children of Ukraine campaign. So then she hopped on a plane and left to Poland a few days later. We're so proud of these peace heroes, not only Nina and Brother James, but to all the people holding the light in Poland. This is our team in Poland. I'd like to ask John, can you spotlight the team in Poland? Here they are. We love you all. We're going to hear from each one of you during this program, but thank you for being the peace heroes that you are. Infinite gratitude. And now I'd like to introduce Brother James Francis Twyman. He's often called the Peace Troubadour. He is an Episcopal Franciscan priest who has traveled the world over to war-torn countries such as Croatia, Syria, Iraq, the border of North and South Korea, to deliver his message of peace. So we're so honored to have you, Father James Francis. You've been on the ground for about maybe a week now. So please, please speak to us and deliver your message of peace.
Thank you, Fumi. Thanks to all of you around the world. This is truly a world gathering of the peacemakers. We are committed and we are determined to let love prevail in a place where it seems hatred and violence is having its way. But we are here to demonstrate the reality of peace and love and harmony. The holiest place on earth is where an ancient hatred has become a present love. And that present love is here in this present moment with each and every single one of you. And I would love to be able to describe for you what we have seen in the last few days. In a moment, I'm going to try and lead you into an actual experience of that, but to say that we have been both terrified and also completely amazed would be an under-exaggeration, because first of all, the people of Poland, I cannot believe how they have stepped up, and I'm sure every country along the border of Ukraine is probably the same, step to welcome and to embrace and to help these thousands, hundreds of people streaming across the border to escape this war. In fact, what I would like to do to see if I can bring your heart, not just mind, but to inspire your heart with what we have seen. Just yesterday, Nina and the group and I, we all traveled to the border where the people are coming across. The day before, I had been there with another friend. There were dozens. Yesterday, thousands. There were thousands of these that are waiting for rides, waiting for food, waiting for warmth. You can imagine when they were on the other side of the border, many of them waited for days, sleeping on the ground in the wintry cold, waiting to be allowed to come in to a place where they could be safe. And when they finally were able to walk across the border, I want to see if you can begin to imagine what they saw. First, to see people holding out teddy bears, stuffed animals, clothing, food. There were vegan restaurants. There were other restaurants that came to serve these people. And in fact, there was one gentleman who had driven in a van all the way from Germany with a grand piano. And he set up that grand piano right there on this spot. So as people are streaming across the border, tired, afraid, their future's uncertain, they're greeted not with depression, but with smiles, with hugs, and with welcome. And this is one of the songs that they heard. I want you to hear this song like you're one of those beautiful people stepping across the border right now, and you see those smiling faces, hands outstretched, welcoming you. Green as is too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I see myself. What a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day and the dark sacred night. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors Also on the faces of people going by, I see friends holding hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. How could they know that millions of people are sending them love? And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. It truly is a wonderful world when we join in the commitment for peace and welcome those who are most needful, those beautiful people, the children, the families who are streaming across the border from Ukraine, to welcome them in our hearts, not only if we're here on the border, but wherever we are in the world, gathering as we are now, to pray and to hold the frequency of peace for all of these beautiful people. That's what we're here to do, is to hold a frequency of peace. And I truly believe massive numbers of people together as they are right now. This not only forms a powerful web, but I believe it to be the most powerful and energetic force in the whole universe. I've seen miracles happen over and over again throughout the many decades when I've been doing this work in many countries at war and calling gatherings as we are here, seeing the miracles that unfold because we are committed to this single experience, the vibration of peace itself. So before we go any further, knowing that there are millions of people around the world holding this frequency with us, I'm going to call upon our dear friend who's going to lead us into the meditation. Maver can tell us a little bit about where this beautiful silent moment of peace came from, and then we're going to hold this frequency together to celebrate the reality of peace and to know that this is raining down upon the earth and to all the people of Ukraine. So Dot, why don't you go right ahead and lead us into that?
Bless you. Thank you, Brother James. And gratitude to all who are with us, the team there in Poland, and everyone who is joining us right now from around the world. As we prepare to enter our One Love Synchronized Global Silent Minute, let us be mindful of the potential for healing, transformation, and regeneration at this moment on the planet as we stand united with our brothers and sisters in Ukraine and around the world. We are one human family, and we are sending light and love and power. May peace prevail on earth. The Global Silent Minute was inspired by the Big Ben Silent Minute. In 1917, Wellesley Tudor Pole was with a fellow British officer on a battlefield just outside Jerusalem. The officer shared a vision. He said, "I will not live through the war, but you will. And I can see a greater war coming that will be fought on land, air, and sea." He urged Tudor Pole to provide an opportunity for him and millions like him to assist from the other side. He said, "Lend us a moment, and through your silence, give us an opportunity." The power of silence is greater than you know. He died on the battlefield the next day. 23 years later, in 1940, Wellesley Tudor Pole met his comrade's request. London was being bombed, and he initiated the Big Ben Silent Minute. Each night at 9 p.m., Big Ben would sound its bells, and the BBC radio would go silent for 1 minute. After the war ended, a high-ranking German officer said one of the reasons they lost the war was that they could not find a counter for the Allies' secret weapon, which was preceded by ringing of bells and called the Silent Minute. Tudor Pole urged leaders to harness the power of silence in selfless service to be used for the benefit of all, to bring an end to all war, to bring peace to humankind and all life. Today, we take the opportunity to fully utilize silence as action in sacred unity as we come together, uniting our hearts across distance in the fire of love on both sides of the veil. As together we hold the shared intention of the healing of nations, both within and between, for global cooperation, peace, and freedom. As we call for a world free of war, a world free of nuclear weapons, a world living in peace. We recognize our planetary oneness and real capacity and destiny to create the culture of peace on Earth. So let us prepare to enter the sacred silence together. We take a deep breath and activate the spirit of peace within our own hearts. And we link our fiery hearts across distance around the globe. Now we take another moment and we invite all those on the other side of the veil to cooperate with our intention for peace and healing and love in the world. When you hear the Tibetan singing bowl, we have entered our synchronized minute of silence together. At the close of the minute, you will hear the singing bowl sound 12 times as we call on the healing balm of the Mother of the World for peace to prevail in our hearts, in Ukraine, and in our world.
Thank you so much, Dot. And let's take a few moments to just let the sound of the Tibetan bowl ripple through our bodies, through our consciousness, and let it ripple out to every corner on earth. Just a beautiful moment for peace to prevail on earth and in the hearts of all citizens of our global family. Thank you so much, Dot. And before we continue, I have a message from our tech team, our tech angels, who want this broadcast to be as crisp as possible. We are full capacity in this Zoom room, and thousands are watching us online on Facebook and on unified.org. So the request is for the Poland team, we need for you to just have one computer online connected to Wi-Fi. That will help us with the connection. So could you work on your end to just use one computer from this point forward? And everyone needs to disconnect their Wi-Fi connection, even on their telephone for the next half hour of the program, so that we can hear you crisp and clear. The internet connection was a little unstable, so yes, that was the message from our tech team. So thank you so much. So we have a couple of guests now from Ukraine who would like to join us to present their message of peace to all of us. And we have three individuals. And Brother James, if you can also join us on the spotlight. We'd like to bring in Svetlana, Kudryashova, and Iryna Kudryashova, and Alexandr. I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce his last name. I've tried, but we know him as Alexandr. He's been our peace hero, from Ukraine for the last 2-3 weeks on so many of our programs. So bless you all for being here. So we'd like to hear from each of you. I'd like to begin with Svetlana, but first let me say that Iryna is Svetlana's granddaughter. So can you imagine grandmother and granddaughter together, expressing and presenting their message of peace out to the world? We're so touched to have you both. So please, Svetlana, please begin.
Maybe it will be better if Irene begins, because she has something visual effect on our brains. It will be better for the whole humanity, please.
Very good. Iryna, please go ahead.
Hello, dear friends. Actually, it's my first time presenting here. It's a huge event, so I'm a little nervous, but I will try to do my best. Actually, I would like to start with a quote that our president, Volodymyr Zelensky, said when he was making a speech for European Union Parliament. And he said, "Life will win over death, and light will win over darkness." Can you imagine that these words are so powerful and they're so meaningful right now? Actually, I've prepared a speech, but today I want to say from my heart. I want to say that I'm so proud to be Ukrainian right now. I'm so proud to be one of the strongest nations in the world, and actually to fight for our freedom and for peace for all of us. And Actually, in my table, I have this tiny candle. I hope you can see it. It's tiny candle from the main church in Kiev. I bought it when I was last time in Ukraine. It was in February. And I bought some candles from our main church. It's called Sofia Kievska. And I was hoping I bought them because they smell really nice. And now every night I light this candle and pray for my family who stay in Ukraine, because I'm in Poland now, and I pray for them every night. I pray for our brave soldiers who defend my country, and I pray for all the world to make peace prevail in my country. And I'm so happy that we have a lot of support from our friends all over the world. And in Poland, all my friends asking me, how am I doing? How my friends, how my family in Ukraine? And they asking this question every day when the war starts. So I feel your support. I feel all the world's support, and this helped me and my friends, my family in Ukraine stay strong and fight for our freedom and for our peace. And now, my dear friends, I would like you to watch a small video that we made. It's about Ukraine and the peace, I guess. Okay, I hope you will see it.
Слава Україні!
And for the end, I want to say that now everyone is speaking the same language, the language of peace. Everyone is wearing the same color, the color of our country, the blue and yellow. Our flags is everywhere, and I'm so proud to be Ukrainian right now. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Iryna. There are no words, but I'm sure that Svetlana, your grandmother, will have some very powerful words to share with us after your presentation. Svetlana?
Dear friends of the world, it's so important for us to be united, because we know that we will win. We know that our freedom will be the most valuable in the world, but we need a little help from us only to support NATO to do the last, to stop the, to close the fly, to close the fly. I'm sorry, to close the sky above Ukraine. And I know that it is very important. Every day, our people are killed and shot. And you understand, it's very difficult to speak about this when I feel, when I see, and I know about this every day. And only some words. I invite everybody to become the peacemaker. I invite every person who understands it's the greatest misfortune in the world. Let's fight for peace. Thanks everybody who understands it. And I hope very soon we'll meet each other and say, hooray, we are the winners. I pray for this. You understand that I'm from Orthodox Church. Thank you, my dears.
Oh, thank you so much, Svetlana. And here you are with your granddaughter, bridging 3 generations of peace workers And we're just so, our heart is full. And you know that everyone here watching you in this room, on Zoom online, we are there standing behind you in love. Please know that. And now we also have Alexandr here. Illchuk, is that the last name? I'm sorry.
No worries for me. Greetings, friends. Yeah, my name
Yes,
is
and please
Alexandr
keep your
Illchuk.
Illchuk, yes. So please send us, deliver us, present us your message of peace, and we would absolutely love to hear the mantra of unification that is so powerful, because we are here trying to raise unity consciousness together for our global family. So if you may read it with your voice and from your heart, read it into the Zoom room, and not the screen share, but we want to hear your voice reading that mantra. So here is Alexandr.
Before I read the mantra calling us all for unity, our global unity, our human unity, I wanted to share about what's happening. We all know what's happening, but I now live in New York with my family, but originally I'm from Ukraine, from Kharkiv, and Kharkiv now is one of the worst places to be on this planet. And my friends and family are still there. Many of them fled, thanks God already, and many of them in transit, moving westward. And I'm really grateful for all volunteers who are standing on the border with Ukraine, waiting and providing all the support they really need it. And there is waves and waves of refugees coming. 2 days ago, like probably the biggest wave of people left Kharkiv, and the roads in Ukraine are now jammed. People spending hours and hours like in the roads, just like in the middle of nowhere, just because the wave is so heavy. And the shelling, heavy artillery shelling continues in Kharkiv and other cities. And not just shelling, but it's like bombarding, like airstrikes, bombarding. And my friends who just fled 2 days ago, she wrote me saying that they turn in Kharkiv into Aleppo, and it's just their strategy, block after block. And I've been sharing it, maybe you might have heard me at some of the other gatherings where I shared that the national symbol of Ukraine, the trident that you probably by now, like everyone visually know what it is. It has inscripted a word in it, which is voля. Voля in Ukrainian has two meanings: will and freedom. And in a way, that's the note of Ukrainian soul. It's the note of Ukrainian spirit that's now reveals itself as never before. It's the will to freedom. And yes, Ukraine fights for its freedom, but it's, as many now saying, I hear Ukraine fights for freedom of all. It's fight for the freedom of spirit, of human spirit. And with the same fight for the freedom of people in Russia. This war, it's not the war between Ukraine and Russia, it's war between Ukraine and the government of Russia. And people in Russia, they are hostages to their government. You probably heard that yesterday, government of Russia outlawed pronouncing the word war. And now people who protest or just say that there is war happening can be imprisoned for 15 years. Just think about it, 15 years. They're the same victims as Ukrainians. And what this war is trying to do is suppress the expression of human spirit, the expression of freedom. So for us all, everywhere, whenever we are on the planet, it's the call to recognize that whatever is happening now in the world, we're standing for the freedom of express our essential self, our essential being, because freedom is the essential law on this planet. So in this time, it's not time just for pray for peace. It's time to demand peace, and it's time to demand freedom for everyone. And those of us who are privileged to recognize and stay in a calm mind and not get emotional, we need to be focused in our prayers, and that these prayers would come not from emotions, but from the demand. And we should demand peace, and we should demand freedom. We should invoke peace. And one positive thing, if I may say so, it's just a terrible thing to say positive thing out of this war, but it's that we, people around the world, became so much connected now, like so much connected in terms of we experiencing the same thing, we're experiencing the same pain. And so we're really becoming one. And it's never before it's been like this, that no matter where we are, we're experiencing through the distance, through the space, we live the same experience. And we really are, and we start recognizing that. And so from now on, please let's remember that no matter what's happening, we are one family. So I will read the mantra. The souls of all are one, and we are one with them. We seek to love, not hate. We seek to serve and not exact due service. We seek to heal, not hurt. Let pain bring due reward of light and love. Let the soul control the outer form and life and all events, and bring to light the love that underlies the happenings of the time. Let vision come and insight. Let the future stand revealed. Let inner union demonstrate and outer cleavages be gone. Let love prevail. Let all people love.
Thank you so much, Alexandra, for sharing from your heart and that beautiful, powerful mantra of unification. And like you said, let us just take a moment now to give gratitude for all the people standing for freedom at this time. The people in Ukraine and all the people around the world who are supporting the freedom for our global family. And let us declare peace now together. So let's just take a few moments to take a deep breath and take in these words into our hearts. May peace prevail on earth. Brother James, would you like to share some thoughts with us?
Well, first of all, I'm just, as I have been for these many days, overwhelmed by not only the call to peace, but the answer. And as Alexandr so beautifully said, this has unified the globe to say yes to peace, to say no to war and violence. And we have come to a critical moment where the momentum is no longer in the direction of conquering, but allowing love to conquer all. And it's inspiring, as we've seen here in Poland. It's so inspiring to see thousands of people going to the border saying, how can I serve, from all over the world? People bringing grand pianos, people driving trucks, setting up restaurants saying, how can we help? How can we serve these people? And to know that people all over the world, just as all of the thousands of people watching this are saying, I want to be part of this new movement. I want to be part of this moment, to not only say, may peace prevail on earth, but to know that peace is prevailing in Ukraine and in the world. And here we are, and people have been asking us, why did you choose to do this from Auschwitz? A place that has been one of the greatest tragedies of human history, a symbol of hatred and violence and death. And that's why, because it shows what happens when we don't come together, when we don't claim this in powerful ways. It shows how quickly things can diverge into areas that we would never want to revisit. But here we are now, together, collectively. Not only those who are here, but everywhere in the world, people are saying, yes, we support the people of Ukraine. We support peace in this world right now. We've turned the corner. This is not just about Ukraine anymore. Ukraine is the point of focus, but it's so much bigger than that. It's because we're saying this can no longer sustain itself. Too dangerous, are too terrible to even consider. And that's why we must mobilize now through prayer, through action. We must say that this is the moment, and we claim this moment. So I'm just so inspired, as I have been. You're going to be hearing from the people who are here with me at the table in a few moments. And we're all just so inspired by the world gathering together. And in Fumi, all the work that you're doing, and all of our dear friends from Syria, we are just so inspired, and we love you so much. We are with you all the way.
Thank you so much, Brother James, Father James. And thank you, Svetlana, Iryna, Alexandra. Thank you so much for being here to hold the light and love for the people of Ukraine, and to tell the whole world your message of peace, to share your love, to share your vision. And please know we support and we are praying for you. Let's all of us say, may peace be in Ukraine, may peace prevail on earth, 3 times together.
May peace prevail on earth. May peace be in Ukraine. May peace prevail on earth. May peace be in Ukraine. May peace prevail on earth. May peace be in Ukraine.
And please say that in your language, please.
Хай буде людству мир у всьому світі. Хай буде мир в Україні. Хай буде людству мир у всьому світі. Хай буде мир в Україні. Хай буде людству мир в усьому світі. Хай буде мир в Україні. Thank you, my dear friends. Thanks for this wonderful meeting.
Thank you so much. And we will see you soon again. Svetlana, Iryna, Alexandr, thank you so much. And now we would like to move forward with the program and invite the Teddy Bear Campaign team to join us. Nina Meyerhof, Children of the Earth, One Humanity Institute, is heading this campaign with many of her supporters and friends. And look at them. There they are together. And so I'm going to hand over the stage to you, Nina. Please share this campaign, your message of peace, and we're ready for you. Here's Nina Meyerhof.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. First of all, I want to say what an honor it is to be able to have felt the calling and come to Poland and to work on this project here, because I am experiencing the terrible suffering, but I'm also experiencing that it is potential for the greatest change the world has ever seen. That the world is now gathering together, embracing Ukraine, and demanding that life on earth be sacred. And as we meet people and they are bewildered, they're lost, they don't know who they are or where they're going, they also know that there's some people here that are caring. And that is the most important thing. And one of the ways that we care is that we are bringing teddy bears to the children. This project started in 9/11 when we realized, I went on television and asked for stuffed animals, and a busload of bears came from Oklahoma that had been bombed, and we started distributing them. And I saw what it meant to children to hold something and feel like, yes, somebody cares, a hug. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. So we have been giving to children and to some grown-ups these teddy bears. And we have seen many different kinds of reactions, from being very shy and scared to not wanting to carry more when you're carrying just the only things you have that you own, to being so grateful and taking it and sitting in a corner and holding the bear and hugging. So we are so fortunate because you have been supporting us in this project and made it possible. I believe we have almost 1,000 bears, and we are extending our time here to continue the process. I have wonderful co-workers. First of all, I wish to introduce Christine Birch. Yay. I did it. Yeah. And Christine will tell you a little bit about the story of the bears as it's gone along.
Thank you, Nina. So when the text came in on a Friday night saying you really want to make a difference in the world, come and help pass out teddy bears in Poland. And that was from Nina to my husband. And we said, let's go. But to go, we thought we need teddy bears. So we created a GoFundMe campaign, and I'm hoping that the GoFundMe link will be popped up into the chat or across the screen so that you'll be able to see that. And our goal was to raise enough money to be able to purchase 600 teddy bears for us to be able to give to the children as we saw coming across the border and in shelters here in Poland. And we've made that goal. We've had wonderful donations from people like you. So thank you for your prayers and for your generosity for us to be able to achieve this, and for companies such as the Vermont Teddy Bear Company and Build-A-Bear Company, and from individuals who've created bears for us to be able to take. And so now that we've been able to receive the bears and we've started to deliver them, we're going to various parts across Poland and to the border to be able to deliver these teddy bears. We also want to make sure that we continue the good work because we're starting to hear people need places to stay and we don't have enough to be able to do that. So I'm going to be turning that over to others to talk about the wonderful initiative here through One Humanity Institute and what can be done to help people have a safe place to stay.
Because people need shelter. Yes, and there are about 100,000 people coming daily through the borders. And even though people open their house to refugees, there's not enough. So we have our piece that we'd like to offer, and Doman will tell you about that in a minute. I'd like to introduce first Diane Williams, who has joined us on this trip. And we're so happy she's with us.
Thank you, Nina. Thank you, Gumi. Thank you, everyone that put this, Brother James, everyone that put this program together. I just think it's so poignant that we are in the town of Auschwitz, where close to 1.5 million people perished because of the unconsciousness of the world at that point in time. And now we are facing unconsciousness on a large scale as well. So we just want to say to the souls of all the people that lost their lives here, we have not forgotten you. We will never forget you. To the people of Ukraine, we love you. We will not forget you. We will do everything in our power to make sure that you have freedom in your life. We have witnessed and talked to, Brother James took us yesterday to the border. We went to a shelter yesterday morning. It is really hard to hear people's stories. We heard the story of one young woman, a medical student that lived in Ukraine. She had to leave on her birthday when the bombs were hitting, walking for days to get to the border, leaving her husband, all her loved ones behind. And not only that, she left her dreams behind. She's in the midst of so much uncertainty, not knowing if she could be a doctor, finishing her education. So we've heard so many stories and there's so much need for support, but also on the other hand, we have witnessed the power of the human spirit. Like Nina and I witnessed at 9/11 when we gave teddy bears out also. People have been stepping up in the most remarkable ways. I know all of you are stepping up from all the different corners of the world, doing what you can to make a difference, whether you're a teacher or a parent teaching your child about the culture of peace and oneness. Everybody has been there as one love. And as you said, it's such a wonderful world. And the teddy bears to us in song, it says, friends shaking hands saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. And we feel the teddy bears, I'll take the one with the heart, is really about making that connection and just showing a child that I love you, I'm here for you. It's a way to just make an opening, but an opening with our hearts. So I know everybody's keeping their hearts open. We are so grateful for all of you. And I know with our light power, we can really create this culture of peace and oneness. So may peace prevail in Ukraine and may peace prevail on earth. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Diane. Yes, you can feel our hearts, how full they are. It's been an extraordinary trip. So we have one more person that was on the trip with us. Angelica, yes, you want to go first, or would you like Doman? Doman, maybe you go first to talk about OHI. Can you come over here?
I'll turn it around a bit. Voila.
Very good, thank you.
Yes, is the absurdity of all, but I think that's good that I would say most in the Western world, sometimes we felt that we're somehow out. I just came from Iraq, but I felt in a way more safe there than coming back. Far from it, that we would be frightened. But when I'm just listening to the team here and seeing some photos, I said it sounds so better because, probably you start crying, but then immediate action follows. It's true that now the philosophy, the very abstract, the abstract vision of One Humanity Institute that started 6 years ago with Nina visiting town of Auschwitz, which we really believe is the worst of expression of humanity ever. and envisioning that we could turn that iceberg around and make it the best expression of humanity, now turned into really an immediate, very concrete potential of expression. And on that, from that big vision of City of Hope, we came across the two families of bakers, and those are two houses, Baker 1, Baker 2, Baker 1, in the concept stage, which was gifted by the Jewish family, and the bakery too. And of course, immediately when we started seeing the refugees, we started saying, well, that's the house now. It can really fastly be turned, supported, that it can house people and start serving the mission. And then we'll see how it goes out of it. And that's really here, and it is prepared for a few apartments, and really envision, and it's going to be, I know it's going to be fastly full, and with, I would say, God's providence and leading, for sure, it will be for the souls that will be ready to serve even more, if I would say hundreds of more. So that's the vision. So thank you for that amazing support, and especially for those that really, Nina just jumped. I didn't even hear when she was already flying over Atlantic here. And that's why I also, in the night, I said, I have to be there. And that's where we ended up. And I think that's just the beginning. But for sure, something much bigger is behind it. So one is immediate action and immediate feeding of the needs, but really how to not fall out of this cliff in the divisions and so on. So for sure, years ahead will be tested a lot, and really the response of Polish people and other nations here and the Europe in that way. But we're always there in the middle, how to stand and focus for the highest, but not fall in the wrong divisions that are not needed. So that I would encourage, and because that's the challenge of the one humanity in us personally and all us together. So. That's everything.
Jenica?
Yes. I'm just going to add a few more words. I think it's been very beautiful and very inspiring to be part of both the One Humanity Institute and the Teddy Bear Project, and just kind of find a way, also like being on the border, but also just in everyday work, to find a way to hold the pain and all the suffering of the world and the hope, and hold space for it, and find a way to actually act on it and find ways to embody really what I feel the world needs and we need, and just really begin with us and let it radiate out. So it's been a really beautiful experience, and I'm very, very grateful to be part of it.
Thank you. So we feel inspired and intuitively brought to wherever we're going. And their next steps are that there's going to be a trainload of orphans coming in across the border, and we've been asked to bring the bears there. And so that will be one of our next steps. And then after that, there's a hospital where children are now suffering, and we will be going to that hospital, and it's across the border, the hospital. Somebody is ushering in us through the border for this. And that's very unusual to get across the border, believe me. Only the men with guns are able to go through. So we're being maneuvered and driven, and we feel like it's meaningful work. And yes, the bears are very symbolic, but our energy is what's changing the environment. And if all of you hold that energy with us and uplift and send love, we can raise the understanding that it is possible to have peace in your heart and walk through this experience unscathed. Yes, that we will survive, we will thrive, it will be done. Thank you, as on heaven, on earth. Thank you. May peace prevail on earth.
Wow, thank you so much, Nina. And look at these beautiful women, and Domen too. Part of this beautiful team. I'm listening to you, and you're on such a important, powerful mission, and so are the teddy bears. and it feels like you're being guided. When you said yes, Nina, you were guided all the way, and all these beautiful people felt the call, and you are being guided. And I know that you're staying longer in Poland because you must. You must keep this service going, set up the housing in the bakery, do what you can. You're in service with all of us. So, much love to you. We have in the chat here a link to where you can support Nina and, donate to send a bear to one of these beautiful children. And it's an act of healing, isn't it? We're all here trying to save, save the planet, yes, but to heal the planet.
Donations is a way of really being connected energetically to what we're doing. We see ourselves as a messenger, and you are the message. And together we are bringing the understanding. So please help us help others. Appreciate it greatly.
So beautiful. Thank you, Nina. Thank you, Diane, Christine, Angelica, and Domen. Thank you so much for being part of the team on the ground in Poland and live here from Oświęcim, Auschwitz, Poland. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So now I'd like to spend a little moment now to really honor some friends who are here from Japan, who are up in the middle of the night. It's 2 a.m., 3 a.m. there. And they're here because they're also on a mission of peace. They're part of the May Peace Prevail on Earth community in Japan. Many of you know that May Peace Prevail on Earth this movement was founded in Japan right after World War II. And it's so, it's so auspicious, is that the right word, that at the same time of the history of humanity, two of the most horrendous crimes against humanity were committed against our global family. And one is the Holocaust, which created Auschwitz and other camps of horror. And the other was the dropping of the atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So it's us, today we are reminded about these very terrible crimes, but we're reminded that we're here, and I'm thinking of the monument in the Hiroshima Peace Park that says "Never again, never again," and I'm sure that it rings in our hearts very deeply today as we witness what is happening in Ukraine. So I'd like to first thank Kumiko Zushi, who has been doing the simultaneous interpretation for us in this room, for our Japanese friends. Up at 2 a.m., she's in the interpretation room. John, if you'd like to spotlight her, we can express our gratitude to her for being the liaison between, us and our friends in Japan. So thank you so much, Kumiko. And she has a teddy bear too. It's the teddy bears are the international language, so of the heart. So I'd like to invite our Japanese friends to offer a very special mudra, which is a movement in motion and prayer and using the breath. This mudra, particularly today, will be offered to cleanse and purify the consciousness of humanity and to move us from a culture of war to a culture of peace. We need to raise our consciousness and move forward into the culture of peace. So we dedicate this mudra, which is also for the awakening of the human spirit, of the divine spirit within humanity, and especially today, to assist us to move from a culture of war into a culture of peace, and to purify the consciousness of war, destruction, and violence. So let us call in the beautiful spirit of peace. John, if you can put us into gallery view so we can see some of our friends. Oh, there's so many people in the room. Thank you so much for being here. I don't know if you will see some of our Japanese friends in the gallery, but you're welcome to join in this mudra. It's offered for you, for each one of you, for each one of us as well, for the awakening of all the divinity within all of humanity and in our hearts. So let's begin. And how about doing it 3 times together? Kumiko, 3 times together, and I'll give the sound of hi, 1, 2, 3, and we can all begin. So let us offer this for the divine awakening, the awakening of the divine spark within all of humanity. Hi. Two. Three. Thank you. May peace prevail on earth. Thank you so much. And if any one of you would like to learn this mudra, it is passed on from person to person. So please include in the chat if you're interested, and we will get you in touch with the right person. So thank you so much, and we're nearing the end of the program. We'd like to ask Father James Francis to come back on the stage, and please just open your heart and let us know how you're feeling now. And please, we'd love
First of all, I'm feeling great gratitude to you, Fumi. You've always been so much joy, so much light. So thank you, and thanks to everyone, and may peace on earth international, and everywhere, all of you who have joined around the world, who have stuck with us this whole way, and for all of the many thousands of people who did not join the broadcast, but stop to simply pray. Oh, that noise. Okay, there we go. And it's just so beautiful to know this is the moment. Unfortunately, for people, it takes something tragic like this for us to draw together, to come together. The only time I can remember when something similar happened that Our Ladies talked about is 9/11. And the whole world was focused and saying, this nonsense has to stop. We need to activate that which is truest to our hearts, and that is for peace to prevail everywhere, for us to have one love, one heart, one mind, focused together. So because this is the One Love meditation, we're going to end with that song. Most of you know it. To sing this with me, the One Love song. One heart, let together, feel alright, sing it for the children. One love, one heart, give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Fumi, that was you. I'm going to keep you muted. Let's try that again. Sorry, I don't want to mute Fumi, but I had to there. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. One love, one heart. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together, feel alright. Let's get together to fight this holy Armageddon. So when the man comes, there'll be no more doom. Have pity on those whose chances are there ain't no hiding place from the Father of creation. Sing it for the children. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Sing it for the children. One love, one heart. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's do it again. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. One love, one heart. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Get together, right? Let's get together and feel alright. And so it is. Everybody grab a teddy bear.
Thank you everyone so much, so much. Let's continue to hold each other in our hearts and our prayers. Oh, I love that teddy bear. Oh, beautiful. Okay, let's know when we pick up our heads there. That we are... Yes.
Just one, if we can get the link across somehow so that people can join us in this process, yeah? We have that GoFundMe. It'd be really helpful.
We have been dropping it into the chat all along, so people will be able to support the teddy bear campaign, teddy bears for the children of Ukraine. What a beautiful way to contribute. You know, we're so far from you. You're on the ground and you're going to continue your service and deliver these beautiful, the love bears. Spread the love to the children and adults too. So this is something we can do proactively. So please, I think the link is in the chat. Please support the teddy bear campaign. Thank you, Nina. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
We love you. We love you, Ukraine.
Yes, and we
Thanks
may
a lot for this
continue.
wonderful meeting.
Oh,
Wonderful
Svetlana.
meeting. Thanks a lot, my dears. Thanks
And when
a
this
lot.
war is over, I'm coming to Ukraine to do a concert.
Yeah, I remember. And let's pray that victory will come soon. Let's pray for this moment as well. Peace and victory.
Amen.
Slava Ukraina.
Huh?
Oh, Героям слава!
Слава Україні!
Героям
Ukraine.
слава! Glory to Ukraine. Glory to heroes. Repeat, please. Glory to Ukraine. Glory to heroes.
Heroes, heroes, all the heroes, all the peace heroes, each and every one of you, the peace heroes.
Yeah, thank you, my dears.
You know, we will meet again online. We'll continue our programming, so stay tuned.
Yes.
Blessings to you, Svetlana, for coming. Iryna, Alexandr, all our people holding the teddy bear campaign in Poland. Father James, you know, safe journey home. To John Raymer, John from Sign Network, who kept us together in this Zoom.
Thanks to unify.org. as
Unify,
well.
that's right. Unify.
Yes,
And
and Unify.
the world is united. This is our time.
Amen.
For all people everywhere. Peace on earth. May peace prevail on earth.